Anyway, we're playing Breath of the Wild today, by the way. I'll be right back, actually.
E. Ah. Okay, yeah. Okay. So my headphones are actually. Oh yeah, FlexLink. Show them the guns. Anyway, so now that I actually have a proper microphone set up, I can explain what we're doing today. So let me just actually get comfy first. Okay, so I decided I wanted to play Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. And I've done that. I've beaten both games roughly around the same time because I was being lazy with Tears of the Kingdom, and then I beat Breath of the Wild, and I was like, huh, why not beat Tears of the Kingdom? Basically, I've I bought Tears of the Kingdom a couple months after it came out, played it, liked it, and started getting interested in Breath of the Wild. And then I asked for Breath of the Wild for Christmas, and I got Breath of the Wild for Christmas. Crazy how those two things are related. And so I played Breath of the Wild, and I beat Breath of the Wild. Okay, real quick. As I am editing this, I now realize that somehow the audio for the game has doubled. And because I record with one audio file, because I'm stupid, I have no way to fix this. So I'm just going to try my best to edit around moments where it's obvious. For example, here, Zelda's voice doubles because some weird reason. And I think it has to do with the fact that my microphone is picking up the game audio emitted by the audio software I'm using. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to stick with it because I'm only editing this now as I have already recorded the entirety of the first two episodes that I plan to edit. So, yeah, that is all. A bit more on like my current situation. Me and my dad have this room because like we have an apartment that we're living in. Well, it's not really an apartment. Let's fucking steal a couch and a TV, and then make a gaming room. So we made a gaming room, and now we have a gaming room with a really good, really big widescreen TV that's probably good for gaming. So I decided I wanted to play Breath of the Wild on the big fucking TV that we have. So that's what I'm doing. I'm playing Breath of the Wild. I don't know exactly how I'm going to segment this, but I just figured I'd play it. I'd just kind of not give a fuck about the quality while still. I'm actually gonna fiddle with the audio again. I just figured I'd play it, not give a fuck about the quality that much, just enjoy the process. I've gone through both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, all the way through once. Fucking hate this menu. And so yeah, basically a consequence of me deciding I wanted to play Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom on the channel now is I'm not going in blind. So I'm gonna act like pretty freaking cocky the whole game. Oh yeah, this is King Ronan. Or at least this is King Ronan's dead spirit. Um. I'm sorry. When I start reading, my brain shuts off. Anyway, so this guy's King Ronan. He's like very awesome and cool and shit. Kind of, probably not. Um, and basically, he is like, go get treasure from the shrines and stuff. And then Link is like, okay. And then he goes to the shrines and completes the shrines. And then you're like, there wasn't exactly treasure in there. And then he's like, Lamau, meet me at the top of the fucking Temple of Time. And then he's like, oh yeah, I'm the king of Hyrule, and I'm dead. Oh yeah, I remember now. I have to go to the tower first. I have a really dumb, probably really bad idea. Well, that worked out better than I thought it would. Um. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. Because I experienced Tears of the Kingdom first, I was able to experience it through the lens of the better. Hold on. So, a consequence of me experiencing Tears of the Kingdom first is I got a lot more used to its basic mechanics. And Tears of the Kingdom, it feels more complete, more refined, in my opinion. And that's most evident in the menu. When I played Tears of the Kingdom, I got really used to its menu. And then when I played Breath of the Wild for the first time, because I played Tears of the Kingdom first, I expected its menu to at least resemble Breath of the Wild. Which it actually, the two menus are actually like surprisingly different. The two games have surprisingly different menuing. Anyway, so this is the Great Plateau Tower. As you can see by the menu that's telling you it's the Great Plateau Tower. And I actually have a fun fact about this tower. This tower remains the only... I'm gonna adjust the audio again, hold on. I can't have it be, like, slightly not perfect. Whatever I do, it has to be perfect, like... But anyway. The camera orients itself towards the Lost Woods, having Hyrule Castle on the left and having Death Mountain on the right. In fact, this is almost the exact view we get. The exact view we get being... I don't have the camera feature yet. But anyway, yeah, this is almost the exact view we get in Smash. But whatever this thing is, doesn't face this way in-game. Or in Breath of the Wild, it actually faces over this way, at the midpoint between Death Mountain and Dueling Peaks. And remember, I'm talking about the difference between in the actual game and in the Smash stage. Oh yeah, Breath of the Wild. The whole thing about Breath of the Wild is that Link starts from absolute zero, has no memory, and gets to live an actual life filled with, actual life. My computer seems to have, like, a non-existent attention span. Hold on, can I... Give me a second. Listen, it wouldn't be a Poke Plaza Gamer video if I didn't, like, fiddle with 13 different things in between the actual gameplay. System. Display. No. Focus assist. Fuck. Automatic rules. Oh my god, this is... This is probably so helpful, and I'm not I'm not explaining this the way I probably should. Power and sleep. On battery power, turn off after 5 minutes. Okay. Okay. That's very simple to understand. And when plugged in, turn off after never. Okay. That's very good to know. So, my dear viewers, I shall return with the power cord to my laptop because I don't have a proper computer because I am poor. That's a joke. I'm actually... I actually feel like I have a pretty good personal computer, despite it being a laptop. It suits my needs well, despite being laggy at times playing some games, but you know, it's a pretty good computer. I should probably edit this out. I have fraternity. Fun fact, when I first got this laptop, something that I would commonly do is I would just use it like on battery power, which its battery life is about 2 hours, I believe. Oh, you can't hear me that well, please. Hold on. There we go. So when I first got this computer, right, I would just use it on battery life, which it has about 2 hours of battery life. And then I would get the notification like 10 minutes before it ran out of battery. Hey, piece of shit, plug me in. And I'd be like, oh, okay. So I went to go get the charger, plug it in, and it'd be that. Until suddenly it just shuts off. And then I check and realize I didn't plug it in all the way. I'm gonna challenge these bokoblins because they probably have some tools that I'd like. A bow. Oh shit, well. I also don't have a shield, so... Anyway, I'm back. Sorry, I was focusing. So, what I found out about my computer is that you really have to, like, make sure you plug it in. Because, like, it'll click in, but not be plugged in all the way. So, I kind of learned the hard way of me just letting my computer die over and over again on accident to plug it in properly. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of ramble about me playing Breath of the Wild. One thing that happened was in Tears of the Kingdom, I actually did 2 playthroughs of Tears of the Kingdom. One I didn't finish, and then a second one that I did finish recently. But Tears of the Kingdom basically requires you get a second stamina wheel. Yeah, 5 stamina upgrades in order to get the Master Sword, which is about 20 60 life orbs, which means you have to complete 20 shrines, which actually kind of forced me to think about stamina, right? And, invest in stamina. That was in Tears of the Kingdom. But here in Breath of the Wild, in order to get the Master Sword, it requires health. How am I supposed to solve this? Aha! So, when I did Breath of the Wild, I actually did know in advance that you needed health instead of stamina. I invested in health alone. And a side effect of that, given that I was being stupid, was that I wasn't able to do a lot of the things that required you have a lot of stamina. Doing a two-handed weapon tornado was a lot more difficult. Or at least difficult to use effectively, because you just had less time to do it. And bullet time works differently. Not only does it work differently in Breath of the Wild, but it still requires a hefty toll of stamina. And I actually thought about how bullet time differs between the two games. The way bullet time in Tears of the Kingdom works, it only drains your stamina when you actually shoot, which is, I think, superior, because the whole point is you get time to think about what you're doing and place your shot accordingly. In Breath of the Wild, though, instead of draining a set amount of stamina when you actually shoot, it instead drains your stamina at a fixed rate as soon as you enter bullet time. And this makes it a bit difficult to use bullet time effectively when you don't have much stamina, because it means you have to act quickly, and the whole point of bullet time is that you're already acting really fast compared to your opponent. You're supposed to already have the speed advantage, and putting a cap on that, I feel, is bad design. Especially when it forces you to rush what you're doing. Staying on topic while remembering to actually play the game is kind of difficult sometimes. Like right now, how I'm not talking. Anyway, because I've actually been through Breath of the Wild now, I can actually approach completing the Great Plateau a little bit differently. Well, I'm going to turn that on and probably not notice what it does. Now I need to remember to not just mindlessly jump down. I am so paraglider pilled, it is insane. Now, because I've actually played this game before, I honestly am not very scared of this game. I'm not scared of Guardian. Ah, well. Well, I tried. But that goes to show I'm not scared of Guardians. Honestly, personally, I think the Guardians that are damaged and on the fucking floor are actually scarier than Guardians that have all of their legs. Even if the ones that are buried in the ground have less health, I'm still, yeah, I still feel like they're scarier than the ones that have legs. Because the thing about the ones with legs is you hit them with, like, a guardian sword, or an ancient sword or whatever, in the legs, and you cut that leg off, and then it gets stunned, and then you have about like 10 seconds to just fucking unload on it before it starts locking onto you again. And sometimes, if you just keep attacking it, sometimes it'll take a bit longer to then lock onto you again. And then you can cut off a leg, stun it, whack it a bunch, cut off a leg, stun it, whack it a bunch, repeat the process. But the ones who already have their legs cut off and are currently buried in the ground, they don't have that. They don't have that weakness. You have to hit them in the eye with arrows in order to stun them. And that makes them a hell of a lot more dangerous. Especially when you don't have arrows, which I do not. Ouch. Traveler's Claymore. Throw weapon. Why would I do that? That's not the right button. Hold on. Well, it still worked. Ah well, let's just complete the shrine. So we have bombs now. And an interesting thing that I found out about the bombs is the difference between bombs in Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild has an infinite supply of bombs that have a decent blast radius and okay damage output. For a bomb, the damage output is actually kind of mid. It's not exactly like damage isn't useful, but I just find it not very, effective. On top of that, a lot of enemies in the game actually, know to avoid bombs. Sometimes it's not even exactly helpful to use bombs, especially given that they have a cooldown as well. Tears of the Kingdom's bombs are different in that they don't have a cooldown, and their damage is actually quite good. Not only that, but you can attach bombs to several things, like shields and arrows, thus improving their utility. But as a trade-off, or as their new trade-off, they become more scarce. There's just not a lot of them. That being said, bombs are still really good and effective, which is why I think I like bombs in Tears of the Kingdom more. There are also the timed bombs in Tears of the Kingdom, which function kind of similar to the bombs in Breath of the Wild, except you don't actually control when they blow up, which is kind of a downgrade in my opinion. Back to my rant about stamina. One thing about two-handed weapons, or specifically heavy weapons, that I've noticed is obviously you can jump cancel their attacks, and this works for other weapons as well. This is me not canceling it, and this is me jump canceling. The most practical application is doing another attack. And that's what a lot of people with heavy weapons do when they jump cancel an attack. They do attack, jump cancel, attack. Because it's a very quick way to get two attacks out at the same time. Something I discovered is you can just jump cancel any attack. Like a charged attack. You can just jump cancel it. It'll still deplete your stamina even if the attack didn't come out, but you can jump cancel pretty much any attack. at any stage, which is kind of insane. It's like melee shine, but like for everything. And so, one way I would kind of like solve my stamina issues, I would just do a lot of charged attacks and then cancel it. Obviously, it's different now because I have a light weapon instead of a heavy weapon. And the whole point of light weapons like spears and swords is that they're a lot fucking faster than your average two-handed weapon. But like, can I see my minimap, please? Weird. I don't know why my minimap isn't showing up. It is a pro thing. Ah, I'm gonna keep this on then. Anyway, as I was saying, basically the whole point of swords is that they're very simple, easy to use. You can use them with shields, such like that. And heavy weapons, they do a lot of damage, but you can't use a shield and they're very slow. And spears are kind of the same story, but instead of damage, they have a bunch of range and speed. In that vein, jump canceling a spear attack isn't that useful because it's already fast. For a weapon type that's already geared towards being slow, it actually helps a lot. I actually had no idea if I was about to like blow up for deciding to attack there. Okay, well, I tried. There we go. Either way, my point is playing stupid made me think smarter. So now I am not as stupid. Okay, I might be a little stupid, but you know, I find it comforting that that's the first actual death. It's from me dying of fall damage, which seems like a very me thing to have happened. Can I use magnesis? What if I did this? Bluey. Either way, back to doing shrines. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the Great Plateau, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Oh, stasis, aka worst rewind. I hate this menu. Okay, so the difference between this menu, the inventory menu in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, is its controls. First of all, basically, in my opinion, the Purapad, along with the menuing it brings, and the menuing changes that Tears of the Kingdom has in general, are much better than Breath of the Wild. Another thing that fucks me up in this game is that you can't just throw items from the inventory. Like, that's honestly fucked up. Like, honestly, that's sick and twisted and evil. And why can't I just, like, chuck an apple at some guy to kill him? Wait, I have a two-handed weapon now, so I can show you how jump canceling affects my ability to do combat. I'm gonna. So yeah, I can. Oh, well, that was weird. My screen went dark. So I can do this. My screen is. Well, I'm capturing gameplay. I'll be back. I'm gonna troubleshoot this for a minute. I feel like I could justifiably speedrun this game. I feel like speedrunning this game is something I could do. I keep forgetting we have cryokinesis. Why not pyrokinesis? Why can't you just let me set things on fire? Let me set fire to flammable things using my tablet. / phone. Make my mobile device a flamethrower, you coward. Don't mind me, I'm just being an arsonist. Oh, don't tell me this is depleted too. I'm so close. I'm so close to being done. I guess I'll use my USB Pikachu controller. Fun fact about this controller. Oh god, this is gonna be strange. Fun fact about this controller, the A button is a very soft. And that is because of just general wear and tear. So yeah, this controller is actually a unofficial GameCube controller. It's a USB Pikachu controller. I'm doing the wrong inputs. There we go. Still going terribly for me. Anyway, I have a dog in the room now. Hi, dog. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna finish up doing the Great Plateau. It's gonna be an episode, and then we can doodly do. I think Zelda music is kind of awesome. Yo, stamina! The earlier I get stamina, the more I get to bully myself into having decent stamina later in the game. Epic! So, now that King Ronan has given his side of the story, with the perspective added from Tears of the Kingdom, we can deduce what actually happens. I should probably cut that whole rant out. So, that's my playthrough of Breath of the... Oh god! Breath of the Wild. Next episode, what I plan to do is hopefully get a horse and head towards the Dueling Peaks, where I can eventually end up in Kakariko Village. If I get to actually, uploading this.
Anyway, yeah, so that's it for the episode. Nerd.